Today's July 26th and it's currently 12:42 p.m. and I need to start writing if I want to get to 30,000 words by the end of the summer. Currently, I'm at like a bit over 18,000. Hi, my name is Brooklyn. I'm currently writing a book, but I'm also a very busy person, so I wanted to show you guys what it looks like of me trying to write while I also have other things going on. So this is pretty much a day in the life of me trying to get to 30,000 words in my book by the end of the summer. So I'm currently on chapter 34 in my book, and I'm just gonna work on that and let you guys know how it goes and also what my word count ends up being after it. And I'm currently at 18,485 words. Alright, so I just finished chapter 34 and I'm up to 18,907 words. So I think a realistic goal for today is to get to 20,000 since that's just like a bit over 1,000 more. So I finished chapter 34, but I also took a break and ate lunch, cleaned, did other things. So it's 3 o'clock right now. And I'm gonna write chapter 35 and see how long that takes and see where that gets me. For chapter 34, it was a very like emotional chapter and like a turning point for the character because a big realization kind of occurred. So yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at in my book right now. And if you notice that I kept like looking down, that's just because I was looking at my writing and like what I was doing to make sure that I knew what I was talking about. So the other day I was working on some other chapters and I kind of just wanted to explain to you guys like what those ones are about to kind of show where I am and like what point I'm at in the story. So I'm going to insert a clip of me explaining that from the other day. So one of those chapters was basically just like a reflection chapter for the character where she's just kind of like thinking about what has happened, what's like one of the conflicts that's going on through the story, which is more of like a subplot because it's not like the main conflict for the character, but it is like an issue also, and that's something that she has to deal with. And so I just kind of like brought that up more during this chapter because it hasn't been discussed much during the book, but because it's like going to become like a bigger issue soon, now like the character's being affected by it and starting to realize that it's turning into a big problem. So then afterwards, the next chapter is more about like the actual problem that's going on. However, like the two different conflicts start colliding soon because they're going to affect one another. So I think it was like a good time to start really amping up that sub-conflict. Okay, so I just started working on chapter 35 and I'm at 19,020 words. So I'm gonna keep working on that. I also just worked on a video that's gonna be posting tomorrow, July 27th. So by the time this video comes out, you'll already be able to look at that one. It's a short and it just talks about a writing strategy that I've used to help me write more. And I feel like it's very useful. Make sure to check that out, or the longer form of the video, which is can I write 1,000 words in an hour? And you'll see if I can. So yeah, I'm gonna start working on chapter 35 now and I'll let you guys know my word count after that. Okay, I just worked on chapter 35 a bit more, done with that, and I just started chapter 36, just a couple sentences though. I'm up to 19,364 words, so just a bit under 700 if I want to get to 20,000 for the rest of the day. I'm gonna go work out now and I'll come back later and then hopefully I'll be able to get to 20,000 soon. And so when I come back, I'll be working on chapter 36, which I think is going to include a flashback scene. Not exactly sure though. I feel like chapter 35 was a chapter that really made like a lot of things come together and like make sense for the reader. And I hope it's like a really cool moment for the reader to be like, whoa, all of this stuff's coming together and all like clicks and makes sense now. So yeah, after I work out, I'm going to start working on chapter 36. Okay, so I just worked out, ate some dinner. So now I'm going to probably do my last session of writing for the night and I'm going to try to get to 20,000 words. It's 7:23 right now. So let's see how that goes and how long that's going to take. Alright, so it's 8:06 and I got to 20,013 words in my book. So we got to over 20,000 words, and I feel like I'm in a pretty good spot right now. I finished chapter 36, which ended up being pretty short because I wanted it to be more of a flashback, but it ended up just being kind of like the main character thinking about like past memories and things that happened to her like prior to the book. So more information that the reader doesn't actually know, more just like background information. And so now I'm working on chapter 37, which I'm not done with yet, but it's a bit longer. I feel like it brings a lot of things together, helps everything click into place, which I'm very happy about. That'll be the next thing that I'll be working on for the next couple days. And so yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this and hopefully gave you a glimpse into what writing's like for me, especially when I have so many other things going on. Luckily today wasn't as busy, but still I do a lot of other things. So thank you so much for watching. Bye!